The United Nations Agencies for Migration and Refugees is poised to, this week, present the European Union with a plan for regional disembarkation platforms around the Mediterranean, where the bloc could hold migrants and decide whether to admit them. Various EU states are expressing differing opinions of what such centers could comprise. France has said Italy could host the migrants, but Italy wants them to sit in Africa. The initiative still poses legal, security and rights challenges, but EU leaders now want the two UN bodies, the International Organization for Migration and the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, to make a proposal and run such sites in the future with the EU money. A similar plan for Africa hotspots proposed 2 years ago by one of Europe's most hardline anti-immigrant leaders, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, was widely criticized as potentially violating rights of those who attempt the crossing. The U.S. Supreme Court on Tuesday has narrowly upheld the Trump administration's travel restrictions on citizens of 5 Muslim-majority countries, handing President Donald Trump a victory in enforcing one of his most controversial policies. In a 5-4 decision, the court ruled that the president has the authority under U.S. immigration laws to limit travel from foreign countries on national security grounds, as the Trump administration has argued. Under the so-called travel ban issued in September, citizens of 5 Muslim countries, Libya, Somalia, Iran, Syria and Yemen, are barred from traveling to the United States. North Koreans and some individuals linked to the Venezuelan government are also barred from traveling to the U.S. The Central African nation of Chad was initially included in the list, but was later dropped. Angry over the constant flow of illegal migrants pouring over the U.S.-Mexico border, U.S. President Donald Trump now says all illegal migrants should be deported immediately without a trial. The White House said Monday it is running out of resources to keep migrant families together until their cases are heard by a judge. Here's VOA's Zlatica Hoke.
Protesters gathered outside the detention facility in a Texas border town on Monday, demonstrating against criminalizing illegal migrants, many of whom are running away from poverty and terror. U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions said illegal immigrants must be prosecuted to ensure the safety of U.S. citizens.
It would be an insult to those who come here legally, waiting their turn, making their application, and most importantly, it would encourage and has already encouraged more adults to bring more children illegally on a dangerous journey that puts these children at great risk.
President Trump signed an executive order last week to stop separating immigrant children from their families, but now says that all those who come in illegally should be deported without any legal process.
We want a system where when people come in illegally, they have to go out.
Some rights advocates say what the president suggests is unconstitutional.
The framers of the Constitution said that due process applies to all persons, not all citizens, and they did that deliberately so that all persons, including non-citizens, would have the right to due process. That's in contrast to other provisions in the Constitution that specifically use the word citizens to say that it's off limits to non-citizens. Due process applies to everyone.
But the current immigration process can take 3 to 4 years. The White House press secretary on Monday warned that the means to maintain immigrant families while they await processing are running out.
The president is focused on securing our borders and reforming our immigration system to prevent the crisis at the border from getting worse.
The White House on Monday accused Democrats in Congress of rejecting any solution proposed by Republicans to fix the system. Trump says his predecessors have failed to secure U.S. borders and blames illegal immigration for a host of crimes in the United States. Zlatica Hoke, VOA News, Washington.